Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining the seminar about ESEC International. Um, Today, we are going to talk about um, international level of ESEC. We are going to explain you the structure of ESEC. We're going to talk a bit about cooperation between international level and commitments, and introduce you to some problems of working on international level, as also as benefits. We are going to have a conclusion of all that talk, and then we will have a long session, a session of your questions and answers. And during any point of this presentation, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in a chat on the site. So for the start, we are all going to briefly introduce ourselves. My name is Dragutin Oreshki. I'm from ELSI Zagreb. I'm a member of ESEC for 4 years now. Only last year I was active internationally. I am ESEC soft skills trainer since March this year, and I'm a board member in position of external affairs since May. Violeta?
Okay, sorry everybody, Violeta has recently updated to Windows 10 and for some reason her microphone does not operate properly. We apologize for the inconvenience. Demon, would you please continue?
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Demet. I'm 21 years old, and since May I'm responsible for publications and administration department. Thank you.
Dushan, go for it.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, hello everybody. I'm Dushan. I'm a member of ESEC for around 4 years now, almost. I'm a member of ELSI Novi Sad, and since May, I am the chairman of ESEC International. And
Okay, wonderful. Hello everybody. My name is Moritz Knüppel from ELSI Hamburg. I joined ESEC a little over 2 years ago. The first year I was only active on the local level. Then I eventually switched to the international level as first IT coordinator and then grant team coordinator. And right now I'm on the board as treasurer responsible for the accounting and the fundraising of our association.
Okay, so Violeta, can you continue?
Oh, do you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm Violeta Jekic. I'm from ELSI Belgrade, and I am Vice Chairwoman for Internal Affairs in ESEC International Board, and I have been in ESEC for 4 years now.
Okay, thank you. So let's continue. We are here in ESEC, and generally people are involved in student organizations because they want something more than just studying. They want to gain skills and knowledge and improve themselves in the areas that universities just cannot provide them. What makes ESEC special is that we are an international organization. All around Europe we have our local commitments that are working as separate groups, but we are more than just that. We also have the international level that connects all of those LCs and introduce extra dimension in our organization. Even though it is still student organization, work on international level is a lot different than the work on local level. It has some opportunities and challenges which we need to learn how to use and how to take advantage of. So why are we here? Why are we doing this seminar? Is because currently the call for board assistants and members of international teams is still open, and that is a huge opportunity for many of our members to take new responsibilities and learn even more. We are aware that a lot of members don't know much about the work on the international level, so we would like to share some of those things and help people to make valid decisions. we don't want people to miss this call and this opportunity just because of the lack of the knowledge. We want you to help to learn more about the structure, advantages and disadvantages of work on international level, so that you can make a best decision for yourself. Because that we believe that this is the perfect time to talk about ISTEC International and to raise awareness about benefits you can gain and problems that you can meet. So say one more time, we are not here to persuade you to apply for international level. We are just here to help you to learn more about organization that you are part of, explain you the purpose, advantages and disadvantages of international level, and give you everything that is necessary for you to make that decision. So on your screens you see the structure of ISTEC. The General Assembly is the highest body of ISTEC, and it's gathered twice a year on Congress and ECM, and it consists of representatives from all of ISTEC commitments. It has the strongest voting power, and it elects the most important bodies and positions in ISTEC. The boxes colored in red are representing ISTEC bodies. Oversight Committee is there to advise International Board and check their financial reports. International Bureau holds and archives all the documents of ISTEC. Account contact person is responsible for ISTEC's bank accounts. And Congress Organizing Committee organizes the biggest and the most important event in ISTEC, our annual Congress. Also, you see ISTEC Board that is there to coordinate collaboration among other teams and to bridge the gap between local and international level, to help LCs to cooperate. By doing that, they have the power to lead our organization in a strategic direction and bring it on a new level. Board consists out of 5 persons, and all of them have departments and board assistants who help them in achieving their plans. So our members that are involved in the work of these departments are called board assistants. We also have international teams and international projects, which are together with ECM Organizing Committee, independent from the board. International teams and projects have their own coordinators who lead the work of those teams independently from the board, and they are just staying in close touch with the board so that the board can use and combine work of all of our teams in the best possible way. Okay, next we are going to talk more about the board. So we already said that there are 5 persons in the board, and as you already heard, Dusan is the chairman, and he's responsible for the total outcome of board activities. And this year, together with his department team, he will try to strengthen our alumni network. Moritz, the treasurer, is responsible for our bank accounts and financial report, and he's in charge of fundraising, and this year with his department team will help an international board with all the legal matters that may occur. Violetta, who is vice person for internal affairs, is the closest from the board to the LCs and JLCs, since she's responsible for staying in touch with all the contact persons. Together with 10 of her teams, she will be working on internal communication inside of our organization. I am vice chairperson for external affairs, and I'm responsible for activation of ISTEC commitments and staying in close touch with external organization and to introduce ISTEC to Europe. Last but not least is Demet. She's vice chairperson for P&A department, and main responsibility of her department is to present ISTEC to outside Europe. Okay, next we also have international teams, and for 4 of them we already have coordinators, and currently we are in process of electing remaining 5 coordinators. So Michal is our training team coordinator, and they are in charge of our internal training system in ISTEC. Ruxandra is a magazine team coordinator, and they are working on the annual publication that is presented on ECM and Congress. Coordinator of our designers and in charge of our yearbook team will be Andes. So we are still in process of deciding on the coordinators for the remaining teams, but you can still apply to be a member of those teams. IT team is responsible for providing IT solutions for ISTEC's needs, and grant team will be writing grant applications for ISTEC International. This year, we have also implemented 3 new teams from our strategic plan. So PR, FR, and education team. All of those tasks were previously done by board members and their departments. But this year, they are independent team, and we believe that that will improve the structure of ISTEC International. Okay, next we have international projects, and they are mainly being organized by organizing teams, but they belong to all of us, and we all take part in it. Our biggest project, ISTEC Competition for Android, is here again this year, and that is competition in programming in Android, and it offers opportunity for our members and for other young people to show their programming skills. INE, ISTEC in Entrepreneurship, is a project that is still young, and its main purpose is to connect and ease startups to succeed. And our newest project is Soft Skills Academy International, which is a rooftop project for our soft skills academies that are being organized by a number of our LCs. And Soft Skills Academy is the perfect example of how internationality of our organization can help our projects to grow and become even better. Okay, next. Every of our local commitment has a lot of benefits from being in an international organization. Now, one example was here with Soft Skills Academy, but also commitments should support the work of ISTEC International because of that we are all growing together. ISTEC doesn't require fees as most of organizations, but we strongly encourage our commitments to contribute to international level. How commitments can contribute, that could either be donations, organization of board meetings, or other operational events, but also involvement in international projects. If we work together, we can achieve much greater things than just by working by ourselves. And in this case, 1 + 1 is not equal to 2. And there are some problems and benefits of working on international level. To some people, it's still unclear what they can do on the international level. So in the structure and description of the teams, you could see what kind of job is being done in every of those teams. But there are also some differences in the way how that work is being done. Some examples of problems that you might meet when working on an international level are communication problems. Because of the language and online communication, it's much harder to establish a good communication, which is crucial for good teamwork. So that could present a problem when we are working on international level. Also, motivation, it's much harder to maintain through online channels. And with the teamwork, it's much harder when you cannot know them from before and you cannot meet with them frequently. But on the other hand, we have to be aware of the fact that we are learning from overcoming our problems. Only when we overcome and to do something that we couldn't do before, we are learning and growing as persons. So when we overcome our communication problems, when we learn how to communicate in an environment which is hard as this, we will be much better students and much more suitable for our future jobs. So for a conclusion, we basically now presenting a structure of ISTEC and what is being done on international level and how should international level and local level cooperate. We presented you some of the most important advantages and drawbacks of being involved in international level, and now we hope that you will take all of that knowledge and help us raise the awareness about international level in your local commitments and make a good decision for yourself about joining international level when you know all these facts. And this is only a brief introduction, and we would actually like to hear more questions. And what do you want to know about international level, about the teams, about anything? So we are ready for your questions.
Okay, Dragutin, we have a question coming in. How did you guys decide to first join ISTEC International? You want to start?
Yeah, I could start. So for 2-3 years, I was active on local level, and then one year, I decided to go on an Erasmus exchange, and then I realized that the city where I'm going to doesn't have ISTEC. And right about that time, I received a call for board assistance. I didn't know a lot about it, but since I couldn't stay in ISTEC in any other way, I decided to apply, even though I didn't know a lot about it. I had a luck. I joined the instructors team. I really, really liked it, and that's the reason why I decided to invest even more time in ISTEC International this year. Anyone else?
Dusan, do you maybe want to go?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's been quite a while now. It's more than a year maybe than I first decided I want to become more active internationally. But the first big leap I took was when I became part of the FR team on our last ECT competition for Android. And after that, I got even more motivated that I applied to be the coordinator of the new project ECT Entrepreneurship. And after that, it was a no-brainer for me to go even more active and apply for becoming the chairman. Because to be honest, it's really fun. There are a lot of emails to read, but the people and the experience, it's why I did it. So it's really an amazing experience so far.
Okay, I for one would list two very central events in my ISTEC life, which was first the Congress in Athens that really pushed me to become active on the international level. Until then, I had only seen the local level, but having been on Congress and seeing how big everything is compared to my small LC here in Hamburg, I was fascinated and I wanted to get involved. The point where I really wanted to become even more active was the recent T14 in Zurich, where I was together with Dragutin and Dusan, which was a very intense event and really showed me how ISTEC can improve people's lives for the better, and that is something that I personally definitely want to push forth. I want to enable people to have the best experience in ISTEC that they can, and therefore I decided to take even the next step and apply for the international board. Violetta, what's your story?
Violetta, you're not working again.
Sorry, technical problems again. David, please continue.
Yeah, I can continue right now. So I had some important responsibilities in ISTEC last year on international level. So I decided to carry it to a further level. I mean, your challenges, your responsibilities at its highest, believe me, but the fun is at its highest at the same time. Yeah. That's all for me, I guess.
Violetta, can we also hear your story?
Yeah, I'm trying to say it. So I have joined international level 3 years ago, and I just needed a bigger challenge than working on only local level. I needed more work, more challenges, and I found that on international level. And now it's quite challenging in the board, and hopefully I will manage everything.
You're muted, Moritz.
I know I wasn't going to say anything, but okay, we have a new question coming in. What do you guys see as the biggest challenge of your mandate this year? I think that's an interesting question. Dusan, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think we can all agree that our current financial situation is not the best. So I would say that working extensively with the teams to increase our financial situation would be one of the biggest challenges we are going to have for this year, along with increasing the transparency and knowledge that people can learn about ISTEC International and why ISTEC International exists. Next.
Okay, so from my perspective, I have quite some experience of working in organizations on local level, and I saw how good they can work. And good work of organization is much harder to achieve on international level. So that is why I joined here, because I wanted to try to make improvements in current organization of ISTEC, especially on international level, because we can grow and improve much more. And one area that I would like to dedicate myself to is education. So I will be busy with training team and education team, and I want to improve that this year. I find that as the biggest challenge for me.
I think as a treasurer, my main challenge for the year will definitely be to improve the financial situation of ISTEC International. Last year we had some positive steps in the right direction. Our FR improved quite a bit, but every single step needs to be taken. So while first steps have been made last year, this year the challenge is to build upon what has been handed down to us and really improve on the situation, really make ISTEC International have a more solid foundation money-wise. Aside from that, I definitely agree with Dusan that what we should do and what we definitely will aim to do throughout the year is improve the transparency of our work, enable every ISTECer to completely understand the actions that we take and how we reach our decisions.
So maybe, do you hear me? Just give me a confirmation. Yeah, okay. So this year I really want to work on a communication between international board and board of LCs, since we are aware that the communication it wasn't on the highest level until now, and we want to work on our board transparency and to easier the communication between LCs, between board and LCs, between members and LCs. And I see that's really challenging for this year, since we are everywhere and it's really hard to manage that communication.
Okay, can you hear me? Just say yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it won't be easy, I mean, for each department. So we knew that once we started, but yeah, we will have a lot of responsibilities for each department as a board, and but we will do our best.
All right. Another question coming in. As chairperson, it's possible to manage that with the work in the international teams, ? But at the same time, I feel that it's important for the chairperson to have some international experience. I assume the question aims towards if a local chairperson should be involved in international teams to gain experience, and how the chairperson would deal with the additional workload of being both a chairperson locally and a member of an international team. I think Dusan has some practical experience, since he has pretty much done both roles as a local chairperson right before switching his mandate to international chairman, while he has also done the coordinator position for ESTEC and entrepreneurship. So I guess the question I will just redirect to you directly and elaborate on it.
Okay, so answer to Anna for my first-hand experience. Well, it can be tiring at times. Being the chairperson, you have your local obligations and a lot of them. But yes, you are right. A chairperson should definitely be involved internationally, know everything that's, not everything, but know in a good margin everything that's going around in ESTEC International. About the activity, it's totally up to you. If you feel that you can take on the challenge of coordinating a project or leading a team or doing something on that scale, that's okay. It will take more of your energy, more of your time, but it's rewarding, really. What I would suggest is first start a little bit easier. Go with being member of the team first, because yeah, last year, this year, I was still local chairman. Yeah, I had a lot of obligations, and I was really tired during some points. You know, when you try to mix faculty, local level, international level. So don't overdo it.
So we have a next question. Is it hard to participate both in international and local level? I don't think it is. It depends on how much time you want to devote to local and international level. For me, I have been really active in the past 4 years in local level, and I have been really active on international level for 3 years now. And everything is up to the time you want to devote to international level. I think it's not hard to participate. It's only about your will and about how motivated you are to work on international level.
All right, people, keep the questions coming, please. Okay, until we get another input. What about the others? How have you guys managed to participate locally and internationally at the same time? I mean, I personally did not do that at all. I first had my time on the local level, and then I switched completely to the international level, only to occasionally show up during local meetings. Around a year ago, I switched completely to the international level, which does not say that both cannot be done, but I personally felt a little more comfortable on the international level because the diversity that I had in my teams and the learning curve there for me was a bit higher. Again, which is not to say that I did not or still do not enjoy the activities on the local level in my own LC. So, Damon, please share your personal input.
Yep. As Violetta said, if you have a structured schedule, then you can just manage it. It's all about time management, actually. So we did it, and we're still alive.
Yeah, for me it is quite similar with Moritz. I completely switched my engagement in local and international level once when I started my Erasmus year. So first 3 years I was active on local level and then on international level. I believe that it could be done, and I don't think it would cause any major problems in the work. So I suggest you not to be afraid of that.
Okay, questions are coming in. Did you guys know each other before you, I assume before you ended up in a board together? And how is it to work this closely with people from other countries? I think that's a generally interesting, especially the second part is the generally interesting questions also for the teams. Except for Violetta, I knew all my board members. I've met Demet during ECM in Banja Luka, and as I said before, Dragutin and Dusan and I, we got to spend 10 lovely days in a bunker in Zurich together during T4T, which was quite an intense and quite a bonding experience. So we had kind of a little head start there. We knew each other quite well. We had already a synergy. So Violetta is kind of was the unknown person for me, which is not to say that we didn't establish a very productive work relationship and a very, very good friendship. So yeah, for me, working with people from all over Europe is the fascinating thing of ESTEC International. It's not only the things that you do, it's also the people that you meet, and the experiences you get to make together that is really driving me every day to do what I do. Anybody else want to input?
Yeah, I think the whole working with different cultures thing is really amazing. I mean, you really start to notice it once you leave the local level. Is that even when you're on local level, you think you're all different, but then you go to international level and you see that other people from different countries don't think the same way or don't have the same actions that you have. Like for instance. German people love to write really long emails, and on the other hand, Turkish people really love short emails, and then we have to have a really cool compromise where we don't always write long and short emails on our lists. And for me, this is one of the examples where different cultures come together here to create the best out of it, and it's really fun to see it.
Okay, for me, yeah, similar experiences. I really enjoyed the amount of knowledge that I learned while I was working on international level because of the people who are thinking completely different than I am. And it makes you think about the things you took for granted and like reconsider them. For example, when you are spending some time with German people, you start asking yourself, how good that Balkan flexi time is, and things like that. But when you learn how other people are dedicated for work and how are they working in a team, it really helps you to open your eyes and perceive differently your obligations, problems that you are encounter, and it gives you idea how to solve them differently. It really enriches you completely. Thank you.
Okay, next question. This one is from Scylla from LC Lisbon. Most of you worked as BAs in the previous years. How has being a BA affected your soft skills? I think that's a very, very interesting question. Anybody want to give input?
Yeah, I would like to give an input. So last year I started as a board assistant in instructors team, and I had a chance to work with some more experienced people, especially trainers, and it's really helped me to improve my communication skills with people. While I was delivering those trainings, it really gave me another perspective of how to teach and how to communicate with people. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to apply for training for trainers, for T4T. So if I wasn't involved in the work of board assistants, in the work of instructors team, I think I would never have a courage, and I would never experience how great it actually is to deliver trainings. From then on, I feel that I'm improving my skills all the time. I'm communicating with people much easier and much nicer. I can reach a conclusion much faster now. So I think I'm just growing through the work on international level.
Very nice, very nice. A question from Yelena, I hope I pronounced that correctly. How will you know who is the right person for an international team? That's an interesting question. Any ideas?
I can give some input. Well, it's never just one factor. Yeah, this is the right person. This is the person we're going to. You have to always consider more than that. Sometimes it's not all in the experience. Sometimes it's in the motivation of that person. Yet sometimes there are some specific teams that really do require a lot of experience along with the motivation. So when you look at it all, when you weigh in all the factors, you really notice that it's not that simple to decide. So a big part and a big role is the motivation letter and the interview itself. So here you show us who you are when you write the text, and then when we hear you and see you on the video call, that's when we have to get the best picture possible if you are the right person for the job. So it's not an easy equation where you just enter all the factors. It's a complex process, but we really hope that we can come to the best conclusion as soon as possible.
I agree that is a very, very complex question, and one that we were forced to obviously discuss amongst ourselves. For me personally, I'm not so much about technical knowledge, because that is something that can be learned. The key thing for a person who wants to get involved in an international team is motivation, because working on the international level poses challenges that are very different from the local level, where you see people every day, where you can talk to people, where you can give them a direct high five, or where you can meet up for a beer. And on the international level, obviously, you can have Skype calls, you can visit each other occasionally, you see each other during ECM maybe, but that's only 2 or 3 times a year. So working on the international level obviously stretches your energy. It really pulls out the last energy that you have sometimes. So the key thing for me, for saying that somebody is qualified to work in an international team, is motivation. Of course, technical knowledge really assists in the motivation. If you know what you're talking about and if you know what you're doing, you will have a much better experience. But if you have the initial drive and if your motivation is really genuine, then almost anything else can be learned. Leadership is something that can be learned. Technical knowledge is something that can be learned. Even certain social behaviors can be learned. The one thing that you really have to have is motivation and drive and passion for ESTEC.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Moritz. That motivation is the most important thing, because with enough motivation, you can learn everything and you can adapt to everything, and you have much greater possibilities to learn and to get the most out of work on international level. Violetta again has a problems. Okay, what is the next question?
Do we have enough people for a GA here? Can we vote on buying Violetta a new laptop, please, for ESTEC project? Thank you.
I think we should. So the question that Violetta wanted to ask is the following. She put it on the chat. If you could describe in one movie title your plans for this year, what will it be? I'd like to start on that. For me, I think it's going to be Get Rich or Die Trying. Dusan?
Wait, I didn't have time to think about this. I just noticed this question. Can someone else go first? Damn it.
Yeah, I would say something, not so much my concrete plans, but basically a plan how I would like to spend my next year and how my year was so far in the last 2 months. It's a wonderful life.
Dusha, did you come up with something?
No. I'm Googling. I'm Googling it. Wait.
just say Alice in Wonderland and it's going to be okay.
Okay, Alice in Wonderland, then you're going to see a wonder.
Violetta?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think about something, but I have no idea, literally.
Okay, while the two of them are still thinking, and Demon is also coming up with something, let's move on to the next question. Is motivation more important than experience? Question from Yelena on Crowdcast. Thank you for the question. Dragu, what's your take?
Yes, it's much more important, because I consider working in ESTEC as a playground. You are here to learn. You are here to make mistakes and to learn on those mistakes. It's not like afterwards in your real life, if you have a job, if you make a mistake, it could be crucial. But here now you have like a playground and a lot of opportunities to play and learn. So if you have enough motivation, you can learn everything. If you don't have experience, you can get that experience working little by little, working on little blocks and improve yourselves to be capable of doing even better things and leading a team or something like that. So for me, yes, motivation is more important than experience. Of course, it depends on the position, but yes.
I will definitely agree with what Dragutin said. When I took over the position of IT team coordinator, I think I was definitely more motivated than qualified. Once I really got into the job and really got to understand what tasks are involved, I realized that there was still a lot that I had to learn and a lot that I still had to discover. But I really had the initial drive to meet up with the people, to learn from them, to learn together with them, to invest my own energy into expanding my own knowledge and my own capabilities. So if you have the motivation but not the knowledge, you can gain the knowledge through the motivation. If you have no motivation but the knowledge, you will not get anything done. Ideally, you have both, but for me personally, motivation is definitely the key factor. Violetta, do you have any input?
Maybe, do you hear me, first of all? Yay! Finally! Experience can be gained. It depends on how motivated you are to gain it. So the guys said it all, so no input more needed.
Yeah, I would just like to add something more. You have to be motivated, but the crucial thing when you are working on this level is also to be open for other people, for other perspectives. You have to be aware that you can learn so much from other people, especially from people with different backgrounds. So if you are motivated enough, if you are ready to learn from other people, then you can learn anything.
All right. We currently do not have any more questions on the Crowdcast. Does any of you have any more questions or anything that they would like to share?
Ooh, I found my movie title.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm going to share you my screen. I found two, actually. I've been Googling for them.
I feel like this is going to be bad.
Yes, it is. Entire screen. Wait. Okay. You can see my screen. Haha! This one and this one. Do you guys actually see it?
Unfortunately, yes.
Look how amazing it is. I'm going to watch this movie now. I'm back. Now it's Violetta's turn.
The only two movies that come to... Am I muted again? Yes? No? Great. Only two movies that came to my mind are Lord of the Rings and Titanic, but no, neither of that.
I mean, Lord of the Rings is okay. I think Titanic has kind of a sad ending for this year. Let's not take that.
That's my favorite movie. That's why it came to my mind. But no, definitely for my annual plan.
Okay, Demet, what do you want to share with us?
Yeah, about movie title, I would say Hunger Games because we'll be in a hurry and we will struggle a lot. So I think that can define our situation.
We? No. Never.
Nice, nice. Okay, let's check the question box. No more questions. Everything has been answered. Wonderful. In that case, Dragutin, there's probably something that you want to share with all of us again. Go for it.
Yeah, I just wanted to share just a few more things about similarities and differences with working on local and international level. So what is similar in working on international and local level is the playground that I was saying, that we can learn from our mistakes and from other people here in ISTEC, but also experience, the level of experience we need to have for joining a team or applying for coordinating a team is very, very similar when you are thinking about international local level. And what is additionally important for international level is online environment and international environment. So this is something extra that you could get from ISTEC. When you join ISTEC and when you start your work on a local level, you can learn, you can work on yourself. If you want to learn about these additional things, you can decide to go level up and to try to get to those challenges that our international level is offering to you. Moritz?
Checking the question box again, we have no more open questions. From my side, I have shared everything that I want to share with you. I think I'm also allowed to keep my little secrets. Very important to say though is obviously this is only a one-time seminar. This is not only a one-time seminar, and of course this is not the only opportunity for you guys to get in contact with us. We are quite busy people, but of course we always like to take time to hear your opinion, to get feedback, to get any input from you. If you have ideas for projects, for improvements of our association, of the structure of ESTEC International, if you have worries or concerns, you're always free to contact us either via the International Board Facebook page or via our board email address, which is board@estec.net. Can somebody type it out and share it on the screen? So we try our best to always give feedback or responses as quick as we can, and we would really like to hear your input. Okay, Dragutin, what are you doing? Okay, so of course Dragutin will now say some closing words because that's kind of his style, and yeah, Drago, go for it.
Okay, yeah, so this was a seminar about ESTEC International where we wanted to raise awareness about the structure of ESTEC, of what is being done on international level and how to communicate and why the communication between international and local level is important. I hope that you learned something more about what are possibilities and what can you work, how can you contribute to international level, what are the problems, and I hope that now you have enough knowledge both to share your knowledge to others and to help us raise the awareness about ESTEC International, and also to decide for yourself if you want to contribute and where you want to contribute. Okay. Apparently we have one more question.
The question, how long will you take to announce new coordinators and BAs? Okay, also very good question.
Well, on the topic of the new team coordinators and team coordinators that were not selected in the first round, it's going to be done on Wednesday. And yeah, actually, BAs as well. Everything is going to be done on Wednesday. So.
Actually, the call for BAs is open until Wednesday. Are you talking about next Wednesday?
No. Well, they do close this Wednesday, right? Yeah, all in all, this week.
Okay. In that case, I would like to finish up with this meeting because we as board are, of course, busy people. We have been in 4 online meetings before this seminar, and we will now proceed to our next 4 meetings. We will today be done at 11 p.m. Of course, we will have a lot of fun today. Please feel, as I said, free to contact us, and also feel free to dare to make the next step in your ESTEC career. Dare to make the step on the international level. It really can give you a lot. You get to meet a lot of people. You get amazing experiences. You get to work with amazing people like us, and it will definitely be something that can improve your life dramatically for the better. So for all those people that are watching us live, and for all those people who are watching us on YouTube at a later point in time, thank you for your attention. Thank you for spending this short amount of time with us, and we hope to see you working with us very soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, people.
Bye.